What is up? How we feeling? How we doing? It is a beautiful day in the city of Detroit, and I am happy to be with y'all. YingYang Sports at it again. My co-host Joel is going to the bathroom real quick, but we didn't want to start too late for y'all, so I had to hop in. Well, I am in the chair alone. I will chat about a little Game 3 action. Shout out Joel. He did pick the Stanley Cup champion, Florida Panthers. Very impressive, I will say. Very impressive. And it's victory lap though. I did say Sergei Bobrovsky plus 450 to win the Conn Smythe was absolute value, and it looks like he's going to. So, if you were looking for a hockey pet on the finals or on the Stanley Cup final, and you didn't take that on the Friday before Game 1, I'm sorry. And nice little kashish for the boy over here. We now have Joel back in here. Joel, how you feeling, dog?
Relieved, I guess.
Relieved. Happy Friday. We're about to get down with the weekend.
Yeah, no, definitely Friday. About to go. After this, finna go. I don't even know how to put it in terms that's PG friendly, but I guess gonna go blaze with a friend after, and then probably head up to East Lansing. Stay up there for like Saturday, Sunday, probably Monday. I don't know yet.
Word? Well, I will miss you on Monday if that is the fact. But shout out Chase Amley, what up, doe? Dakota Mullet.
What about you? What you doing this weekend?
What up, dude? And Justin Fan, God bless even y'all. How are we feeling today? Let me know what you guys' weekend plans are and how you're celebrating either your father or how your kids are celebrating you. I hope you guys all have a great time. Also, you've lost a father or whatever. Sorry. I don't know. I don't know how to tangent off of that, but I hope all you have a great weekend. You know who had a great weekend? The Florida Panthers. Or they're going to have a good weekend because they're probably going to come back on Monday and they're going to be the Stanley Cup champions. So that's pretty exciting. And Joel, how do you feel about taking them as your Stanley Cup champion it wasn't in the first round, but in the second round you took them. We were talking.
I literally did that just to show y'all I don't know what it is. There's something in me
But sometimes it's like you have such an unbiased eye.
Yeah, no, that's what I was gonna say.
Going.
When you so novice to something, you can pick almost better because you don't really know. You don't have those things that you would make you overthink. I'll be working tomorrow and standing against the game.
Hey, shout out Chase Amley. I wish I was staying in town, Chase, or I'd try to meet you down at that 5K like you were telling me about.
Stand up to cancer.
I'm gonna be up north with my dad. I hope you enjoy disc golfing though. I actually do enjoy disc golfing. I feel like that might be.
I've never did that.
Yeah,
ever.
I was low key thinking that might be white people shit. But
yeah, no, I don't even. Never. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'll probably give him a call. But like I said, I'm gonna be in East Lansing most likely. So.
That's so relatable, Justin Van. It's literally the same thing for me. My dad's just gonna grill, and for my mom, we went out to this super nice dinner, and but they like what they like. It's a different type of holiday. I guess.
And bro, it's bro, you gotta also think mothers cry about that type of stuff too. Like a dad wants that type of stuff, but a dad isn't gonna be oh, you didn't do this and that for me. But they want that, but a dad is never gonna come out and say that. So it's that's why a lot of times you see the kids just more so think oh, dad don't really care too much. Let me just cheap out on him and but the mom will be oh, you guys didn't do this. Even if you do something nice for a mom, sometimes she is still oh, you guys didn't do this for me. So it's most times you get that thought oh, I gotta go crazy for mom.
Yeah, but I try to keep it even. It's hard, obviously.
Chase with the trying to be accessible for his dad. Said his dad has a bad back, so he plays disc golf instead of regular golf.
Hey, well that's super nice. You're very accommodating and very, very kind of you. I hope that you guys have a beautiful day on Sunday to go play disc golf.
Chase, how old are you? I meant to ask you that the other day. How old is everybody? Everybody, age check.
You get an age check chat like that, and if it's too private.
Yeah, no. If y'all don't want to drop it, I ain't pressing y'all like
but
that.
But it's honestly good to know our audience.
Yeah, that's more so what it is.
Then we know where your takes are coming from too, so we can better answer your
where
question.
The takes are coming from, what y'all even want to hear about, stuff that it helps us a little bit better if we know y'all age.
Hey, and shout 26. Out Broder in chat, the boy. Dakota Mullet. Dads want the big ticket item to brag about. Moms want the thoughtful gift. Hey,
that's fair. Yeah.
That's definitely fair. 100%.
Dakota Mullet is definitely a new person in chat.
No, yeah, I've been chatting with them a lot lately.
Yeah,
seems very nice.
Happy to have you, Dakota.
Yeah, welcome. And
bro said 126.
91, baby, 23, 32. All right, we got a good age range here. We got about 10 years of gap.
Just a fan, 67. I appreciate you tuning in to us every day. Just a fan, if you're truly 67.
Yeah, we appreciate you. But hey, I've been asked by Chase Amley. He's brought the numbers to talk about this Kane Stamkos thing that me and him have been going back and forth about. We talked about it on the morning show for a second, but I wasn't given my full time, and Chase wasn't able to answer me. So I told him we talk about it. So I'm going to hit that for you real quick. And I'd love to get some of the other people's fans. I know Just a Fan is a hockey elite, so I'd love to get your take on that. But the thing is, at the end of the day, is like they're two completely separate entities, and it's not a question of whether or not it's one or the other, because you could do both. It's in the cap, and you could make it happen. It's more how you decide to build this team. And this is Stamkos' last contract he will get at a high figure, so I don't see him signing for less than 3-4 years, which that might fit our timeline. But but when it comes to Stamkos, I think the better debate is, and I'd love for you to look up Reinhardt's age and stats for me over there if you can, Joel, while I talk about this, is that Reinhardt is going to be signed to a 6-year deal, a 7-year deal, an 8-year deal. It's going to be a long deal. And it's going to cost you a bunch of money. It is. There's no doubt about it. But he is in the literal hockey prime of his career right now. 28, well, it's 26, but he's 28. 26 to 34 is your prime in hockey.
You said look up what?
His age, and then how many
he's 28.
Points. 28? All right.
Points?
Yeah, did he have 93 points this year?
Whoa, what the fuck? Oh, something popped up.
You did go to the most complicated hockey website.
Yeah, that's right.
Elite Hockey Prospects, though. I actually have a page on that. If you look up my name, my page will come up.
Because I'm like, bro, like, I don't even know, like, where I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, if you wanted to see when I was an absolute dog, I actually led the nation not led, but I was top 5 in the nation in points. And
you saying for his career, for total goals?
Just this year, 2023, 2024.
Oh, for points, he had 94.
100% Just Fan. Build it like Florida. Yes, you need to build it like Florida. Florida is showing you that you don't need the AA, like above A-level talent, like the AA level talent, the S-tier talent, the McDavids, the draw. It does not matter. If your team is deep enough, if your team is physical enough, and you have good enough goaltending, that is how you win the Stanley Cup, and you have the biggest chance to as well. Because if you build it through the trenches like you do in football, I'll swing it back to you so you can try to relate to this, there's so much less room for error. Because a superstar can have an off series, an off game, and that can lose you. But if you have guys on guys on guys, and you're deep, you're on 4 lines deep, that's how you win the Stanley Cup. And Florida's showing living proof of it. They are obviously the best team in this. No one can say anything about that. They are obviously the best team. Also, Bobrovsky's the best playoff goalie I've seen in a couple years. I'm the best goalie since Tim Thomas in the playoffs. And you guys can check me in the comments if you really feel like you need to. But Alan W., it's crazy that McDavid and Drydel haven't scored once this whole series. You think they're gonna go off game 4? Honestly, I don't know. They can't get to the inside. They're doing what they did to the Dallas, where Dallas couldn't get inside. Now they can't get inside Florida. And because they can't penetrate the middle of the ice and find that space, they can't score. And it's really... And Justin Fan hits it on the head. History repeats itself. And that's how the Wings won their Stanley Cups. They never had... I see you can't say that because, Lindstrom and Stevie Y, but... Those still aren't headline guys. Like, they never were the guy in the league. Like, they never were the perennial best player in the NHL. And I think that, and Dakota, we got to play Raymond. And you're right. But you still, I've done the calculation. You're gonna have 18 million in cap space after you pay Raymond and you pay Sider, and that's me calculating team-friendly deal, or not team-friendly, player-friendly deals where they get more money, not the team. You don't know, they might, because it could take longer term for less money. They could take shorter term for more money. You never know. But here's a question for you guys, and this is a hypothetical. But would you trade Raymond if it meant you get a guy at the level of McKinnon, McDavid, Draisaitl, McCarr? If you could pick up a top 10 player in the NHL, would you trade Raymond? Chase Amley, Danielson and Kasper could be third and fourth line behind Larkin and Stamkos for a couple years, and it's almost immeasurable in their development to have another leader who has won multiple cups. Hey, I agree with you. Look, I agree with you, but I'm not willing to overpay. I'm not willing to overpay. And if he's asking for $9 million, like that's not in the wheelhouse for me. Like, Joel, imagine signing. I'm gonna relate it to basketball somehow. Imagine signing LeBron James currently to a 3-year max extension. Would you do that?
It's LeBron James. Yes.
See, it's hard because Steven Stamkos isn't on the level of LeBron. But like you would agree, LeBron is on a down right now. He's not playing as well as he has in his career.
I don't know. That's not true. LeBron is like, I don't think LeBron has not went on a downfall like statistically wise. Like probably like dunking and highlight shit wise, yeah, he's went down that way. Like he not even steal. That's not true. I'm not gonna lie, bro. LeBron has not went on. But
you're willing to give 9.
LeBron is just older. You're
willing to give 9 to a 34-year-old. Like, I get it. I get 100%. 100%. I get it. You could.
Well, LeBron James is about to be 40, so that's completely different.
Yeah, I guess. It was a bad hypothetical. It's hard to relate this.
Because I was going to say LeBron has, like, his whole career averaged around, like, 26, 8, and 8. Like, literally, if you look through his career right now, it's this. I think his career average is
Raymond
27,
higher
7.5.
ceiling than who, Dakota? Let me know. I don't know who you're referring to. But, yeah. See, but also, Chase, you don't know if they're going to be able to dump their contracts. You don't know if you're going to be able to trade these contracts. People might not want them. If you buy them out, you're still going to owe them money. You're not going to be, and you're just going to kick it down the curve. But yeah, the salary cap's going to keep going up, but you don't want to have that on your books next year. You want to be completely clean next year. And I get killed on the Tigers because I want to make moves and I want them to do something and I want them to do something, and everyone's like, oh, well, that we need to develop, and they say the same thing about the Wings. They always compare the Wings and the Tigers right now, but you can make moves that affect the long term as well. Like, you have to build from somewhere. You can't just sit there and idle by in the middle and not do anything. That's how you stay mediocre forever. Do you have a point on that? Because that is something you can't relate to. If you stay in the middle, you don't do anything. You're destined to stay in the middle.
Yeah, no, definitely. You got it. What you call it? I literally say all the time, you either gotta just embrace the rebuild or you gotta just straight up embrace a rebuild or sell out for winning.
See, Justin Fan and Chase Amley are on the opposite sides of the spectrum, okay? So yeah. Chase, do you believe that Stamkos is gonna be, or not Stamkos, the Wings are gonna be ready to win a cup in 3 years? That's your question right now. I think 3 years they should be competing. I don't think they'll do it. And at that point, you're going to lose a big star that's critical to your team when I'd rather be continue to build the chemistry because this Florida rebuild has been in the works for 3 years now. And yeah, I guess I just kind of misdeemed my own point. But they still brought in a bunch of guys, and it led them to this point where they're going to have to break their entire roster up this summer, and they're not going to be able to compete probably next year. I'm trying to avoid that happening. If you are able, and look, if you're telling me Stamkos is going to sign at 7, sure, hell yeah. I'm 100% down. I love to have Stamkos. Stamkos is a dog, but I just don't see it. And the Kane's going to be 2 to 3 years. Probably 2. I don't think Stevie's going to sign him for 3. That'd be wild to me. But he's gonna get $3 million, $4 million tops. Like if Stamkos is going to take 9, then it's value. Kane had 60 points in not playing in 80 games. Did he have 60 points? He might have had 4. You look at Patrick Kane's stats. I think he had 60 points in. He had a point a game in 58 games played, I believe. So I think he was around 60 points. Still point per game, same as Stamkos. But for me, the big thing that the Wings need is to keep their power play elite and make it better. And if you bring in Stamkos, you're probably not going to bring back Kane. That's probably a fair assumption because you don't want, all these fossils on the team. It's just, it's such a tough situation, and you can play the hypotheticals left and you can play them right. And I'm going to have more on it because I'm going to give you guys true avenues where the Wings could go closer to the draft. I'm also trying, and I've been told it's a possibility that we might have an NHL draft show on the actual network. So if that happens, I will be on it, I've been told. So we'll see what happens with that. I want to finish this up, though, because I don't want to keep Joel just sitting over there.
I don't give one fuck about hockey. So.
Yeah, I know. It's just me yapping, but everyone in chat has been entertaining this conversation, so I got to keep going. I can't wait to see the Wings score as true bets. 100%. I'm Raymond and Sider, you better resign them. It doesn't matter the value. Raymond is a star. Raymond putting on the 15 pounds of weight last season absolutely killed his game. It not killed as in good thing. It made his game elevate so much higher. Another offseason. An assistant captain of Sweden in the World Juniors. Love to see that. Shout out Easy walking by the boy. Anyway, let's keep it going. We got some other topics here for you that we can get into. Let's talk. You want to talk some football?
We can talk anything for real. Like literally, we damn near don't even have to talk sports. We can talk about anything. It's Friday. We can talk about.
It is Friday. Well, if you want some non-sports topics, drop them in chat. We will. We can
talk about whatever for real.
Well, I have a topic that I want to throw at you before we start screwing around. Is Trevor Lawrence got his extension, and I'm not going to ask you about that because I'm assuming you think it's an overpay.
No, it's not. I mean, like, it's the same thing that we were saying with Jared Goff. Like,
I mean, everyone's desperate.
You're gonna bro, like, everything in the moment is gonna seem like an overpay. Like almost every single contract when a player gets it seems like overpay. Like, people were saying Jaylen Brown was overpaid. Now he just he just signed. Well, not just signed, but he's about to win an NBA Finals now. Patrick Mahomes signed for 10 years, $500 million. Well, no, that didn't seem like an overpay at the moment, but it's still like you have to pay up front, so you're not having to pay way more later down the road. So I don't really find no problem with that.
All right, well, that was to set up the actual topic, because before I do that, because I want to ask you something that has to do with Patrick Mahomes and his contract renegotiation, as he's now the 9th highest paid quarterback in the NFL. But shout out my girlfriend, Maddie Strachan, when she's dropping the hockey knowledge like that. I love you. And yeah, Joel is dying over there as I was talking about the NHL, just like you are when I talk about work when we're on our dates. So
yeah, that's crazy.
Well, hey, you and my girlfriend would vibe 100%. You guys just sit there and listen to me yap all the time. Anyway, so Patrick Mahomes, he's now the 9th, which the value's not there anymore, obviously, because he should not be paid the 9th highest paid quarterback. And Neil earlier was saying that they should pay him $70 million.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, up front, it seems like an overpay, but when you really get down the line with a lot of these contracts, you realize, like, oh, it made sense for them to do it. Like, just get it out the way, basically.
Yeah, and so Neil was saying he's going to renegotiate and go after $70 million. What I want to ask you, because I disagree.
I don't know.
He cares so much about legacy, and he got his deal done at the time he got it done. Like, he's going to get it. He's good. How many years was his contract? Wasn't it like
it was
ridiculous?
10.
Yeah, 10 years. He'll renegotiate, but how about when Kelsey's gone? When he doesn't have to win, and they don't have to worry about him paying him. or Chris Jones. There's going to be people that leave where he can get his money, and this cap's going to keep going up. But this is his Super Bowl window, especially this year. He won't do it this year. There's no way. He's going for a 3-peat, which has never – has that happened before?
In football?
The football? I don't think so.
I don't think it has. I don't think the 3-peat has. No, the Patriots did it. The Patriots did it? Yeah.
First one I've seen in my lifetime. Let's just put it like that.
Wait, let me double check it before I say that. Surely, but I think the Patriots almost for surely did a 3-peat.
Joseph Van, you must be an angel to hang out with Justin talking about my girlfriend. She is an angel. She keeps me in check, 100%.
Oh, they made 3 straight, but they only won 2 of the 3.
See, I don't think that's ever happened. I don't think that. Yeah, no 3-peat. LNW, shout out. Yeah, that'd be crazy. And I mean, they could do it. I ain't gonna cap. They could 100% do it. He's the best player I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah, no, what you call it? I would say a 3-peat is if it's any team that could do it, it's probably the Chiefs this year. Got majority of mostly the same roster, and you got the best quarterback in there.
I love Xavier Worthy pick too.
So it's what you call it?
Do you like that pick?
Bro, they damn near could have picked anybody, and I would have liked it because Patrick Mahomes is able to throw it to he able to make anybody look good, basically.
Yeah. What do you think about Keon?
But Xavier Worthy, to answer that, I'm not too high on Xavier Worthy. I'm just.
So would you have
middle of the road
with Keon?
That's what Keon Coleman probably would have been a better fit for them. I see they probably went with Xavier Worthy for the speed aspect, but for a all around receiver that would be able to attack.
Sorry, Easy's being a clown out there.
For an all around receiver that you could have as your big body option and also your speed down the field option, your at the line of scrimmage just dump off wide receiver screen option. I feel that would have been the best for Keon Coleman, especially for the simple fact too that Kansas City it's gonna get cold, and a wiry frame receiver like Xavier Worthy is not gonna be
That's a good point.
Yeah, he's not gonna be the best build for that type of time when they really in a winning time and they playoff time.
So, are they your Super Bowl favorite? Literally, all right. Screw the Lions noise, even though I know you don't play that game. If you literally had a gun pointed at your head, and you had to pick the Super Bowl team right here, right now, would it be the Chiefs?
It probably wouldn't be the Chiefs, off the simple fact that we haven't seen a 3-peat. So I would have to just say, there has to be some reason for that. So if not the Chiefs, I would probably end up saying, I would probably say the 49ers, if anybody. That's still a team that's
Joel, 49ers fan, confirmed.
It's crazy, bro. For my whole life, whenever I like the 49ers because they would usually be the ones to beat the Packers. So I was always cheering them for that reason. Then when they had Colin Kaepernick, that was a fun time. But then this year when we played them, bro, I had a friend who got a friend who I guess cheer for the 49ers and everything. I was cooking him and his dad to oblivion. I just was fuck you and your dad, fuck all that. I literally bro, I was going crazy.
Dude, you a mad shit talker. It's actually so wild.
No, yeah. I definitely am bro, you have to really be somewhere with me where I'm wanting to talk trash to people.
I honestly don't want to be completely honest with you.
Bro, I didn't have
I'm a very, very other than when we're talking sports together on here, I don't do that trash talk shit. I'm not gonna text you after I beat your team. That to me, that's low key pussy shit.
No, look, we didn't even play the Pack or the 49ers yet, and I was talking before the game. That's the type of trash talk.
No, that's valid.
I talk when I'm down. I talk when I'm up. If I'm down and you talking trash to me, I'm gonna still fuck you, bitch.
I have a couple of friends who are Ohio State fans, and we lost to TCU, and I was at the game, and these dudes were blowing up my phone.
Yeah.
Trying to talk shit to me. And I was dude, fuck off. I'm literally at the game trying to enjoy this moment with my dad, even though we lost, and they still, oh my God, I was so mad.
Yeah, no, see, I always reply
when last 3 years, you can check my phone, look at the receipts, I never texted any Ohio State fan like victory lap or winning, because I'm too happy that Michigan won. Like, I don't care. Like, you already feel shitty enough about your team losing. Like, I ain't gonna talk shit to your face to make it worse and like try to get a reaction on you. And except there's one person. His name's Michael Stein. Roommate at school. Roommate at school. This dude is the biggest Chicago dick sucker I have ever met in my life, and I will clip this and send it to him. Stand on business, because this dude, you talk about Connor Bedard, you talk about Caleb Williams. Oh my God, this dude is nutting everywhere. Like, he is like, oh, like he's literally talking about Connor Bedard like he's the best player in the NHL, and then he's talking about they're like, oh yeah, playoffs, like we're beating the Lions. Like, they beat us the one time they beat us last year, this dude would not shut the hell up. Like,
that was their Super Bowl last year.
Literally.
That game last year was their Super Bowl.
And you know what our Super Bowl is this year? The Super Bowl. You know what their Super Bowl is this year? Making the playoffs.
The Bears
There's levels to this, Bears fans.
Yeah, the Bears not going to be shit. The Bears haven't been shit my whole lifetime. Like people like, this is always used to be my thing. Like, when people like say like, oh, the Lions have never won nothing, I would like point to so many other franchises like, bro, these motherfuckers haven't done nothing. These motherfuckers haven't done nothing. These motherfuckers haven't done nothing. They just fake doing something. Like, the Bears have been like, they've been having years where they like fake do shit. Like, they didn't have like
that 1 year with Khalil Mack.
What you call it? That wasn't even the year where they fake did shit. They got bounced first round, or was that second round? No, it was either way. I can't remember. But then what you call it? Like,
they won that year, and
they made a
lost
Super Bowl. They made
after.
a Super Bowl back in like 2007. Lost in that bitch, got blown out.
They haven't won a playoff game since 2011.
Yeah,
but they talk like they're the Chiefs. Shout out Allen W.
Yeah, no, I don't know what has gotten to Bears fans. Like, they think like low key, Bears fans, I won't say they right there with Cowboys fans with like delusionalness, but they like a good 2-3 spots behind. Like, what the fuck do y'all be talking about? Yeah, that's why I said the double doink was that was the first round. Like, got their ass bounced first round. Because, yeah, the Eagles lost because Alshon Jeffrey, bum ass, dropped it, let a ball go through his hands, and it was a pick. But, yeah, no, I don't really see the Bears doing anything. Like, Caleb Williams, like, he doesn't, to me, bro, he never did anything in the college season to deserve the hype that he gets.
He gets the hype. He low-key got the hype off the relief start from Spencer
Bro,
Rattler.
I was just about to say that. Like,
and then now he's been...
The media gets so many players drafted. The media, bro, I've been saying this for like 10 plus years. The media gets players drafted just off the fact that, like, they'll see the Mel Kipers and Mike Mayock, and all the other little talking heads that I guess people think they know this. Oh my God, I need to go on a tangent. People say like, oh, Mike Mayock is this, like, oh, we got to follow the Mel Kiper, like, why the fuck do y'all have ESPN, the NFL Network? Why do y'all have them on there talking, being the draft experts, and they don't even have a NFL GM job? How the fuck are they experts if they don't have a job being a draft expert for a team? No team said they were worthy enough. So you said to your network, oh yeah, this is our guy. This is who we're going to have tell all our people. This is who we're going to have give all the information about who we scouted. This is who we think is the best of the best, the cream of the crop. That's why you look back at so many mock drafts and they just look like so stupid and idiotic.
No, I 100% agree. And you see guys who have a ridiculous amount of talent and they just like branch.
Slip through the cracks.
His measurables. He can play football. Like, who cares? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
No injury history. Like, he was such a his measurables weren't there, but he was, other than that, if you take out the measurables, he was such a good prospect. If you actually watch the film and watch the tape, like, I loved Branch. Like, that low-key might have been, like, leaving that draft on day 2, that might have been my favorite pick of the entire draft.
Yeah, what you call it. And also another point to that, I feel, bro, honestly, the media coverage around the combine has led to a lot of, like, skewing of picks. Like, you look at the combine, all right, this dude made, like, John Ross, honestly, bro, speaking, if John Ross didn't break the 40 record time, we probably, one, never hear John Ross's name, and then two, John Ross probably doesn't even get drafted. Nah, but there's a 100%. big media, the combine is just this big media spectacle when it comes around, And so you got all the eyes, you got everybody looking like, oh, who is this kid from UW that just ran? I think it was like a 4.22. Like,
yeah. Well, they want to see the flash, and the issue with that is like that type of receiver like is so rare to actually pan out.
Yeah.
And when they do, they're not drafted in a premier place. Like Tyreek Hill, like he was drafted in the 4th or 5th round.
I was about to say.
And like you look at John Ross, Tavon Austin, the list goes on and on that just don't pan out. And there's these super speed guys, and then like you said, they got that lanky, skinny frame. They're not very filled out, and it's not necessarily the build for the NFL as a wide receiver. But then you see guys like Amon-Ra, who's an absolute dog, and is small and is not lanky, but he doesn't got a very big build. But because he is a technician and so like technical with everything he does and is so detail oriented, that leads him to be successful in the NFL.
I'm also replying to Chase Amley. He said John Ross led college football in receiving touchdowns that season. That's what you call. I don't even know that, but a lot of receivers in college, I don't really pay too much attention, like crazy ass college stats, because like he went to UW, so Pac-12. That's aired out play. Like a lot of dudes. Like I just saw a thing where I forgot what the quarterback was. He had 745 yards in a game. So it's like. In college,
Mahomes or Baker Mayfield.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't either or. It was like random dude. Pure random, like from 7 years ago.
That's crazy.
So it's like you can get those type of stats in college, like have those like skewed where it looked like you was just like dropping nuts on your competition every day. But it's more so I'm looking at like how are you looking while doing it? Like, are you just wide open every time? Then like, all right, I'm not too impressed by that. But like,
yeah, because he was wide open because he just was a better athlete.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like in college, you can like get away with being a better athlete. Like
you gotta be a technician in the NFL.
That's what I was gonna say. I like to see like when I'm looking at like who I would like want to get drafted. I like to see a little bit of crunchiness. Like I like to see a little bit of like.
That's why I think Roman Wilson's gonna pan out, because I think he doesn't jump off.
I was gonna say that
athletically, but
that's how I
he's
am
such
with
a
Keon
technician.
Coleman. Like Keon Coleman, like he definitely has a couple of things in like each little spot that he has to polish. So that's why I'm like I feel like he's just gonna be so good, because like once they like all right, polish up this like your little route running in and out of cuts. All right, boom, get that down. So go along with the speed that he already got in the natural size. It's like. But when you got like just speed, when you have like a lot of just one talent, it seems like they try to keep you in that mold. So like you come in as a fast gadget guy, like you said, Tavon Austin or John Ross. It's more so like you stay in that gadget mode and you're not able to like blossom out of and like develop into a full receiver.
Alan W says I was hoping for Xavier Legette to fall for us in the second round. Yeah, no, that would have been a big pickup, but at the same time, it would have been another mouth to feed. And I'm so wary when it comes to adding to this offense, because it would be nice, but at the same time I feel like there's going to be a nice flow to things right now, and adding another person at this point when everyone's kind of figuring everything out is a little dangerous. I'm not opposed, but unless they jump off the page, and I don't think Xavier Legette would have jumped off the page for you this year, maybe next year, but
I'm not gonna lie. When I looked at his tape, bro.
I'd rather have Rakestraw.
He not the tallest, but he what you call it. He's 6'1" with a solid build, and he was like moving fast. So it's like, I wouldn't have been too mad at that or Rakestraw. Like if they would have said him or Rakestraw, I would say I wouldn't have been mad at all.
Are you buying into the Jets hype? They're over-under's 9.5, and everyone honestly has. They either think they're going to be amazing or they think they're going to be ass. And Chad, drop your predictions too, but I want to hear your thoughts on it.
What you call it? I never looked at it as hype for me because I really thought last year that they could win the division, but Aaron Rodgers got hurt, and so far they haven't lost too much to their team, and they've added some solid pieces. So I'm like, and they won 6-7 games last year with Zach Wilson at quarterback, and he wasn't even really playing good. They have a whip for a defense, and it's like when you have that. No,
that's true.
You're literally gonna win games.
Their defense is unreal.
You're gonna win games for that. They literally won. Like I literally watched the games they won because of their defense. Like they won the Eagles. They won the Eagles game because of their defense. I'm I'm trying to remember if they lost
Chiefs?
to the Broncos. The Chiefs game. It was a Broncos game too, though. I can't remember. It's one more game in there where they just like, I think it was against the Broncos where their defense like just hunkered down and just won the game for them. But it's like shit like that, bro.
So Chase is asking you that John Ross had 18 touchdowns in a Power 5 conference, meaning he's facing top competition. He still was a first-round pick. See, if he would have done that in the SEC, maybe I would have respected it, but he didn't.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, conference really does make a true difference.
Especially because the Pac-12, like the bottom of the Pac-12, is weak.
Yeah.
Like let's call it how it is.
Wait,
that's the reason why the Pac-12 is the only conference in the country who got vacated in this conference realignment.
Let me see. I'm trying to find the year where he like, bro, what the fuck is this?
The best team his year was Oregon. He played Oregon. I think it was the he was the year or two after Mark.
I was gonna say
Oregon wasn't that good that year.
Prime example. I just pulled up like the rankings of like stat wise and everything. I'm trying to find who led in yards that year.
How many games do you think Aaron Rodgers is gonna play? Because that leads into my next.
Okay,
question.
so look, all right, prime. Just to read off for Chase Amley real quick.
Sorry.
So I'm trying to find a John Ross year, but I just put it in 2017. I guess I had to put it in 2016. But for 2017, the top 5 leaders in yards for what you're called for college football: James Washington, Cedric Wilson, Anthony Miller, Kiki QT, Michael Gallup, Anthony Johnson. We can go all the way down to 7. Steve Ishmael, Deontay Johnson, Jordan Lashley, AJ Brown. Who? All the way down to number 10. You don't get a receiver who like really put in real work. That's why I'm like, in college, you gotta more so just look at how they put in the work.
Yeah, you gotta actually like stats do lie in college.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, stats can definitely lie to you.
You gotta see what coverages they're throwing at receivers. Let's keep this receiver specific. You gotta see the coverages. You gotta see if they're double teamed. You gotta get where you gotta go. And for AJ Brown, if you watched AJ Brown play in college, this is what you saw. You saw an absolute monolith of a man that you could not win a jump ball against. You saw
a foot race.
That's where I was about to go. You saw a guy who could catch and have yak, and he could run guys over, and he looked dominant doing it. That's what NFL players are. That's why I question whether Donovan Edwards is going to be a good NFL player, because I don't know how dominant he has been in college because he's been behind Corum. Yeah, he's a great prospect, but he hasn't proven anything yet.
Interesting. You already know how I feel about Donovan Edwards.
Yeah, you think he's a dog?
Yeah, no.
I think he's a dog too. I want to see more. I haven't seen him absolutely take over a game. He kind of did in the Natty, but all right, I'm lying to myself, I guess. I'm trying not to be a Michigan homer, but I do think Donovan Edwards is a dog. Don't get that twisted.
Yeah, nah.
What do you think about? So Spenny is saying that Aiden Childs is the best quarterback in the Big Ten, or he will be. You think it's a little aggressive?
Shit. Wait, I'm tripping. I was about to say. Wait. No. I don't know who's going to be the quarterback for Oregon.
Dylan Gabriel, the guy who transferred from Oklahoma.
Talent-wise, I probably would take Dylan Gabriel. I've never seen
Dylan Gabriel. Also has started in college football for 8 years.
I was gonna say I literally only seen Aiden Childs play at Oregon State when he came in to run the read option. So it's like I only saw him throw the ball a couple times.
Chase Amley really coming at you.
He said
moving the goalpost to fit a narrative.
Is that what I said the first time is not what I said the whole time? I'm like, bro, I said, okay, he could have led in touchdowns, but I'm like, it still doesn't matter for the fact that I've seen a lot of players have great statistical years and damn near not even get drafted or get drafted way lower than a lot of people thought, just off the simple fact that scouts can see in how they're putting in the work, like, all right, this is a little bit more inflated than this.
All right, let me answer this question from Chase Amley. How many guys score 18 touchdowns in a season? Let me counter for you. Tell me
in college.
Yes. Tell me who else was on that Washington team with John Ross that is relevant to the NFL, because that's everything is in terms of NFL wide receivers right now. So the ones you've named, Marvin Harrison Jr. He had Emeka Egbuka on his offense. He had Travion Henderson on his offense. He had one more.
He still played a year with Chris Olave, didn't he? Or am I tripping? No, he had that played a year with Chris Olave.
He played with Olave. He played with Garrett Wilson. He played with all those guys.
And Jigba.
That you have to feed those mouths. Like it is. Odunze. He had 2 other second-round level wide receivers. He had McMillan and he had
Jalen Polk.
Jalen Polk, both of them. And then Neighbors. He had Brian Thomas, another first-round pick at receiver. Like, these dudes have dudes on his offense. John Ross went to Washington because he wanted to be the dude. These dudes went to big schools with other dudes and were the dude.
And bro,
like Emeka Ibuka was an established wide receiver last year. Didn't matter. Marvin Harrison pissed on him. Absolutely destroyed him. Better wide receiver by far. Go ahead. Take it.
I was just about to say, and also looking at it, John Ross captured lightning in a bottle that 1 year. Freshman year, 247, 1 touchdown. Sophomore year, 425, 5 touchdowns. Then third year, 1,200, 18 touchdowns.
Chase, you're low-key bringing it in a circle. You're bringing it to my side of the narrative. This is what I want to hear from you. Brian Thomas just had 17 touchdowns playing behind Neighbors at LSU. Exactly. Everyone would still say Neighbors is better than Brian Thomas.
That's what I'm saying. They can look. That's what exactly.
Stats can lie to you.
Stats can lie, yeah. So what you call it? It's like, I get what you're saying, Chase. Like, the stats can, like, it can seem like, oh, this player would be better based off what the stats say, but in college, it's just weird. It's weirder in college. Like in the NFL, it's like such an even playing field that you can use the stats and be like, all right, this player is better than this player because these players have played like kind of the same coverage and all that. Go ahead.
Head coaches make head and coordinators make such a big difference in college. Yeah. They is not level at all. You have coaches up here, you got coaches down here, and you have no choice to cover Neighbors last year. Neighbors was unbelievable. You know what that did? Open up stuff for Brian Thomas.
You know, and also to Chase's point, he's saying Brian Thomas went 18th overall. Brian Thomas still has the intangibles to go along with it. Brian Thomas, I think he still ran a fast ass 40 time,
and he's massive.
I was about to say like 6'3", yeah. So it's like, bro, if you were to say who I think would be better in the NFL, I would say Brian Thomas is probably going to be definitely, without a doubt, better than John Ross. John Ross was just a specialist who, like I said, captured lightning in a bottle for a year. Then what you call it? It's more so, though, to the point that if he doesn't break the 40 time, you don't see people like, oh, who's this guy? Who's this guy? They probably just looking at him as another 1,200, 18-yard or 18 touchdown receiver who had a great anomaly year. And we're just like, all right, he probably going to go third, fourth round.
Yeah, Chase. And you know what? This will be the last word on it because we cannot go into heavyweights. I refuse to. But Chase Amley, you're acting like John Ross wasn't a first-round pick without the 40 time. Go look at those mock drafts. I am almost positive he was a second-round pick before the 40 time. You can check me on that, but like I used to make my own mock draft.
Yeah, no, I was about to say I used to be heavy in that shit because I used to like fiend for Lions football. Bro, Allen W., you are hilarious, bro. Talking about don't let us get one. Give up. It is over.
He will not quit. But shout out to you guys. Thank you for another great episode. Shout out you guys.
Love you, Chase. Love you, Allen.
Just a fan. Allen W. It is so nice having
Dakota
content to talk to you about, and you guys actually interacting. It makes it way easier. Shout out my love. And we will catch you guys on Monday. Very excited to be back with you. Hopefully we have some exciting stuff happen over the weekend because the news has been a snooze fest, but we'll still bring it to you in whatever way you want it. Have a great day, guys, and happy Father's Day to all. Joel, take them out.
Deuces. Y'all have a good one, man.